So today I am going to be making for you baked, loaded nachos. For this, I have some fajita seasoning. This is my own recipe. Maybe one day I'll show you that. But you could use one package of your store-bought recipe, or if you have a recipe for fajita seasoning that you like, we'll use an equivalent to one package of that. So we have 2 pounds of ground beef over here. We have some sour cream, some cottage cheese. Both of these are 16 ounces. We have some mixed Colby Jack cheese over here, some lettuce, some limes, some tomatoes, some onions, or I guess one onion really. And then we also have some corn tortillas. We're going to be turning those into corn chips. We have some paste picante, and hidden back here in the back, we have a thing of sliced olives. So first things first, we got to make our corn chips. Let's get that going. So like I said, first things first, we got to start making corn chips. Now for this, we have a 4-pound bag of regular old corn tortillas. Will we be using all 4 pounds of corn chips? I have no idea. But if we don't, they'll make good snacks for later on. So just take, and we're going to start by just cutting them into 8 pieces here. Now I will say, I've gone ahead and started heating up my oil. We're going to heat that up to 350 degrees to cook it on. Well, we're just going to go ahead, cut up all of our corn tortillas here into chip-like pieces. Put them on a plate, set to the side, cut the rest of our corn tortillas, and wait for our oil to heat up. So I have greatly underestimated how much would fit on a plate. So I'm actually going to put mine in a bowl. We probably won't be using all these. I could probably call it quits right now. I have greatly underestimated how many corn chips this would make. So much so, you know how I said I knew we wouldn't use them all? But it would be nice to have extras. I'm gonna do that. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna use, but let's go with it. You can use as many corn chips as you would like. You don't even have to make your own corn chips. If you want to go get some Tostitos or your favorite brand of corn chips, you can do that too. Alright, so we have all of our corn chips, or they're still corn tortillas, they're not chips yet, but we have them cut up. We have our oil waiting to heat up, get to 350 degrees so we can drop these in. When my oil is there, I'll bring you back. Alright y'all, so we've heated up our oil, we got it to 350 degrees. All we're going to do is go ahead and drop some corn chips in. We cook them for a couple minutes. Usually doesn't take, it's usually about a minute is all they take. Once they crisp up, and start pulling them out. So the hot oil on them will continue to cook as they drain. And all I've done is I have a cookie sheet here with some paper towels on it to let them drain out. So we're going to go ahead and cook all of ours And when all our corn chips are done, I'll bring you back. Hi y'all, so I wound up only cooking about half of our tortilla chips. I widely overestimated. This is the first time that I've done like a family scale version of this recipe, or made tortilla chips for family scale version. So I was estimating on that. So I cooked about 2 pounds of our tortillas. So now we need to move on to our next part. Okay y'all, so we've got our corn chips ready to go. Now we got a white onion, just one. It's a medium onion. If you want to use a little more, you can use a little more. You want to use a little less, you can use a little less. That's completely and utterly up to you. We're just gonna not cut all the way through this onion. We're just gonna slice it up. And when you do that, it's perfectly diced. Now that we have our onion diced up, we're gonna go ahead and move this over to a skillet. So we got our burner. We're gonna put that on medium-high heat. We're gonna go ahead, drop in all of our onion here. We got a little bit of oil in our pan so we don't burn our onion, but just a touch. Now we just want to go ahead and get this well sauteed up. Once our onions are sauteed and browned up, I'll bring you back. Alright y'all, so we have started to get a good saute on our onions. They will continue to cook because we're going to go ahead and add 2 pounds of ground beef in here. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cook my ground beef, get my onions and ground beef all cooked up, and I'll bring you back. Alright y'all, so we got our hamburger cooked. We're gonna go ahead and turn this down to a medium heat, and we're gonna drain this off real quick. Alright y'all, so we have our hamburgers and onions drained off. Now you can take 1 packet of your favorite fajita seasoning or 2 to 3 tablespoons of homemade fajita seasoning if you have that and that's what you want to use. You could do that as well. That's what I'm doing. Maybe one day I'll show you my fajita seasoning recipe once I have it perfected. We're going to get that mixed in. Now we just want the seasonings. If you're using a packet, don't mix the rest of that in. Just the seasonings. Then we're going to take our jar of paste picante sauce. You can use whatever heat you want to use here. I could only get mild at the time, otherwise I would have used medium, but that's up to you. You do what you do. Now we're just going to go ahead and get this all stirred in. And mixed up. Then we're just going to let this simmer on that medium heat while we prepare our cheese blend. So let's go back over to our counter, let this simmer, and let's get that cheese mixed up. Alright y'all, so over here, we're going to take both our sour cream and our cottage cheese. Like I said, they're both 16-ounce containers. And we're just going to dump all that into a bowl. And with a fork, we're just going to go ahead and get this well mixed in, incorporated. Until we have that well blended. Now we're just gonna go ahead and set this to the side. And we're gonna start preparing this dish. All right, y'all, so time has come for assemblage of this loaded nacho bake dish. First things first, let's go ahead for cleanup later. Let's give our casserole dish a quick spray down. Now let's go ahead, take some of those chips that we made earlier. We're gonna do it in as even layer as we can of things. Okay, that might be good. You don't want too thick where the bottom nachos won't get it. All right, so let's go ahead, start putting in some of our meat mixture here. Now we're gonna do, like I said, probably even layers. Or shucks, we might not even layer it. All right, so we got a meat layer on. Now we're gonna take and layer in some of our cottage and cream cheese. Trying to keep it spread out. Now I have drained our can of olives. They're sliced. I'm just gonna put about half of the can of olives in right here. Perhaps spread them out a little more. Now once again, take and make a layer of cheese. Now we're going to top this, kind of make a little topping of this with our chips. Now if you're worried about because we are going to throw this in the oven, we've heated our oven to 375. If you're worried about some overflow, which is very possible here, go ahead and put a cookie sheet on the rack below it. Now we got just some chips to top it off with. And I got a little bit of this meat mixture left. So I'm just gonna go ahead, pop it on top. Like I said, I only had a little bit of meat mixture left. Go ahead, cap this with some cheese. Kind of hold everything in place. Now we're just going to take and put the rest of our olives on top of this. Woo! That is a mountain of nachos. I tell you what, holy crap. I gotta zoom out. That is a mountain of nachos. So we've got our oven preheated at 375. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in there for about 30 minutes. And I'll bring you back. All right, y'all, so our nacho dish is in the oven. We're just gonna go ahead and slice up some lettuce here. Not too much. You know, that'll probably be enough, just enough to coat the top, you know what I mean? We're just gonna strip it up. That'll be more than enough. If you want some more lettuce, you can put some more lettuce, but that'll be enough for us. And if other people want some more lettuce, you still have a half a head of lettuce to cut up and serve it with theirs. They can get some extra lettuce on theirs if they want. And now we're going to take 3 or 4 Roma tomatoes. It's up to you. You could even do less. So once we have our tomatoes cut up and in a bowl, now all we gotta do is clean this up and wait for ours to come out of the oven. Hey y'all, so I just realized I made a mistake. Which happens, it's alright. We still have our 4 limes here. Now what I was supposed to do was cut these in half, squeeze them into the meat mixture when we put the picante sauce and our fajita seasoning in. I was supposed to squeeze these into there as well, get the lime juice out. So go ahead, do that. I messed up, I forgot, that's alright. But y'all can still use it, or just do what I'm gonna do, not use it. Alright y'all, it's out of the oven, cooked down as you can tell. Now what we're gonna do is take our tomatoes. Oh, look at that. Take our lettuce. You could have done it lettuce, tomatoes, I don't care. It all goes down the same. But probably would have been a little more photogenic if we did lettuce and tomatoes. Now all you gotta do, take a scoop of this, put it on a plate, serve it to your friends, serve it to your family. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button down below. There's video over here that YouTube thinks you should watch. But until next time, keep on cooking on.